Hey, how's it going, folks? Lords and ladies, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is episode 40 of Bohemian Rhapsody, and we are jumping right back into what has been an absolutely phenomenal campaign. I'm having so much fun with it, and we're going to continue to have some fun, so let's get back to our adventure. Let's get back into our adventure as the Empire of Bohemia. We want to step things up now. Our line of succession is in a good place. Opinions are in a good place. Things have been happening, and we've got our realm in order. We spent a whole bunch of time building things. So now this episode, I would like to shift gears yet again to possibly getting as much conquest as we can. We are fabricating claims, and my realm priest is pretty good, so he's going to get it done pretty fast. And I guess in the meantime, just save up some money. I did spend a lot, and we are probably going to be spending some more because I'm still building here in Turiak, and I think that's actually the only one. This is the one that we're holding on to here. The only holding in Nitra that we're keeping for ourselves because we want to hold on to our mine. I still have to build a castle here and then upgrade these a little bit as well. So we're still going to be building things, but we're not going to be building as much. So I'm going to have an opportunity to save up a little bit. But we want to keep fabricating things. My realm priest is going to be busy. We've gotten a few here against Hungary, and we have to start fighting Hungary soon because they are very weak, and they only have an alliance with the Kingdom of Burgundy. Look at this pathetic kingdom they're allied with. Only 2,000 men, so I think now is a good time to start getting conquest and accelerating our growth, our realm's growth, because we want to work for this Unite the Slavs decision. And it is probably going to take a long time. Maybe not a long time, but just look how weird the Empire of Slavia title is. It's just very awkward looking. It's not a very straightforward one, so I'm gonna have to do this kind of tediously, but we're gonna get it done because that's what we're working for. We want to unite the Slavs, and we can only do that if Freddy gets off of his butt and starts getting some conquest. I would really like to start growing again. I've been a little bit slow on the growth. Let's check this. I have an opportunity to claim a duchy. I have a claim for one of them. Let me see the Duke first. It's a little child who's inbred and he's hunchbacked. This is the current Duke of this place. Now, if I claim the duchy title, the result of the war is going to be me creating him as a vassal. And I don't really like him. I don't think he'd be a good vassal, so I'm just going to take the claim on the county. Over here, my lord. My beneficiary, Dunlang, waves me over with a wide grin. I have toiled many days and nights, and finally my work is done. An extravagant crown of masterful craftsmanship. The crown is forged from gold and adorned with intricate filigree that frames a large sapphire. Now let's check this out. We've been making a lot of crowns, but I can afford it, so I was hoping if we just keep making them, we'll get one that we eventually really like. So, Prestige, 0.3, Courtier and Guest Opinion, 16, Glory Hound, Contribution, plus 4%, Parochial. Courtly Vassal, it kind of just switches. Men-at-Arms Maintenance, minus 7%, as opposed to Courtier and Guest Opinion. So, I would be losing some opinions of my courtiers and guests if I do this, but I'm going to be getting more prestige with the new crown. Men-at-Arms are going to be cheaper, a flat 7%. And it's going to switch from parochial vassals to courtly vassals. Same amount of gain. I think it's worth it to switch just for these two. More prestige, and it'll save me money on men-at-arms as opposed to the courtier and guest opinion, which is a decent amount, but all of my courtiers and guests love me. I don't think 16 is really going to make that much of a difference, so we're going to switch them. We're going to switch it up. Thank you for this crown. I appreciate it. And you know what? Because my brother... I was going to say, because my brother is a king, he could use that crown. But his opinions are already amazing, so I'll save it. Maybe I'll give his heir the crown. If he even has one. He's 61 years old. His wife is 36, so they still have time to have children, but he hasn't had a son yet. That's not really good. We are going to continue to teach our children languages. I don't want to forget this. Another thing, which is really nice, I can force my son, my first son, my eldest son, I can force him to take the vows whenever I want. We're in a good place to do it. But I would prefer not to do it now, because if I force this son to take the vows, it can't be reversed. I can't change my mind later. He is out. So, God forbid, God forbid Freddy, something happens to Freddy, I would at least like to be able to go to this son if I have to, so we are going to delay this. I'm going to hold off on making him take the vows until I am pretty much confident and we are pretty much guaranteed to take control of Freddy. So once our current ruler gets to the age where he's probably about to die, maybe we'll make this decision and get our son out of the line of succession that way. So that's my plan. There's no need to make him take the vows now. I don't have to rush to things. There's no need to rush. All of these kids are being educated. I'd made sure that they all have a guardian. I didn't send them all to college. I'm running a little low on cash, relatively, so I only sent a couple of them. I'm working for 2 duchies. 3 duchies, actually, but 2 of them are in Hungary, these 2. And then there's this one, where half of it is in Hungary and half of it is in Galicia, Bohemia. So we're eventually going to have to fight Galicia, Bohemia. I'm prioritizing Hungary, but in order for me to finish this duchy, I have to fight both of them. I'm thinking about getting this piece right here. Fighting a war against Hungary, getting this. This will give me borders with Galicia, Bohemia, and it'll speed up the process of fabricating claims against this. And this one, too. So we're going to fight a war against Hungary right now. Our first war with Hungary. Luckily for us, their capital is right on our border. So we can just get this castle and then jump right on the capital. So Hungary, our first war. Our first war against them. I suppose we'll take these 2 as well. Might as well, since we can conquer all the claims that we've gotten so far. I'm debating on whether or not I call in an ally. I don't need them. I think we should be fine. Freddy will be fine. Jihad for Jerusalem? Did we win that holy war? We must have. That crusade that lasted maybe like a year or something, I didn't join immediately. But apparently we won. We won a crusade against Jerusalem. And now there's a Catholic kingdom here. So now the Muslims are fighting a jihad against us. Me and this guy kind of look alike. My vassal Duke Mataus has honored me with a visit and has brought one of his courtiers along. Mataus approaches me excitedly. Well met, Emperor Freddy. It pleases me to see you thriving here in Prague. It occurred to me that Stanislava here might be of service to you. She's an incredibly talented diplomat, as silver-tongued as they come. I would make use of her myself, but alas, it doesn't seem possible. She's crazy. She's a member of my dynasty. She's impressive. She is impressive. Do I need her? She has a bunch of claims on lands that I already own. She would just be kind of taking up space. I don't need... She's just a courtier. She's not a powerful vassal, so it's not like I'm going to put her on the council or anything. And my current chancellor is already a badass, so... I'm going to decline this. I don't need her. Wow, they're not very smart with their troop movements. You are always there for me, and I hope you know that I'm grateful. My son Eddie approaches me in a rare display of courage. We can get a hook on him. We already have a hook on him. It expires in 5 years. I would just be able to get another one. We could possibly become friends with him. I take a little bit of stress because I'm greedy. I'll do it. We didn't become friends. So we can get out of the learning lifestyle. And we're going to jump into diplomacy. Let's get the more prestige every month. We haven't become a living legend yet. We just went up a level of devotion. We are now Paragon of Virtue. Wow, they just barely slipped away. She knows too many languages, but the room for the amount of foreign languages will go up. Let's teach her at least one more. Magyar or Magyar. Well, let's do this one because a lot of that culture is in Hungary, and we're gonna start going into Hungary now. So we're gonna be interacting with this culture a lot. I don't see why not. Let's teach her that. So at first, we got our son to be temperate, now he wants to be just. Yes. At first I thought they were merely idiosyncrasies, but it is clear one of the many servants at court has been furtively signaling me. I approach him with my guards at a quiet moment, and he whispers conspiratorially, "Great Emperor, my name is Otakar. We hear much while waiting on your guests. They hardly even notice our presence." He's talking about himself in the third person. Or second person, whatever. I look at him doubtfully, wondering whether I really want to hear what he says next. He returns the look, clearly unsure whether he's making a mistake. At last he swallows. "My lord, King Eddie, your overbearing brother, is a sexual deviant behind the closed doors of your castle. I swear it with God as my witness." Now, we already know this, kind of. We already know that our brother is an adulterer, but this is a new secret. He's telling us that he's a deviant. So we could use that against our brother if we want, and I might, if I get that hook on him. So we learned the secret against our brother. It has happened. Now we just have to decide what we're gonna do. I guess we could just give him some money. Do we want this guy to join our court? No. No, not really. We learned a secret about somebody else. Duke Vaclav. My rival? Oh, no, no. He looks like my spy master. Doesn't he? Anyway, my spy master is still my rival, but we got 2 secrets now. Let's edit our brother's contract. He will accept. I'm only going to take 7 stress. And this is a strong hook. Very nice. I'm going to give him forced partition. Or not. We can farm him for money. Constantly. Sorry, I thought I would be able to edit his contract. None of the places that I just took are duchy capitals, so we're just going to give these away. 10 days left until I don't need this claim anymore, do I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Getting ahead of myself. I still need that claim. Now we're gonna do something else. Let's work to finish this duchy here. The Chervin cities. And then we can finish Ungvar, and then we can continue working for Visegrad. Visegrad? Now, about this holy war. What is happening down here? All of these Muslim powers are just jumping on this guy. $166,000 men. To be quite honest, I think the Muslims are gonna win this before I even have a chance to get into the theater of battle. Or maybe... No, they are winning. We're on this side. Only 47,000 joined. 270 joined on their side. I think we're gonna lose Jerusalem, guys. Even if I wanted to go help. It is not the first time I have heard talk of what a great servant Hrodgir is, and now King Folki has sent him to my court. He presents himself as a token of the friendship between Folki and me. Wow. Great personality, great skills. He's got the big three. Diplomacy, stewardship, and learning are all of his best ones. Not quite sure what he'd be doing in here. He's not knight material. He's great. I like his skills and everything. He's a little on the older side, but I'm not going to use him at all. I'm going to reject him, and we're going to go on a pilgrimage. We haven't done a pilgrimage yet. I don't want to do a super long one. I just want to relieve a little bit of stress. And do at least one in Freddy's lifetime. He hasn't been on one yet. I don't want to do this huge roundabout. I just want to... That's more like it. We'll get to Cologne, and then after Cologne, we'll go to this one. Get this diplomacy lifestyle experience. We'll go here, get this learning lifestyle experience. Then we'll go here and get this stewardship lifestyle experience. That way we're hitting everything valuable on the way. And while we're on the pilgrimage, we'll deal with these prisoners. Foreign treat. It's not the first time I catch my courtier, Eorsenbert, fiddling around with some flowers he's been picking along the road. Sometimes I'd swear I'd even hear him sighing, overlooking Leuchtenberg's holdings. My liege, he says, when he noticed that I've been observing him, it's not a secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. Alas, my liege, my soul aches for Magdolna. My desires know no end. Her hair, her eyes, I long for just a salute, I die for a word. Please, I beg you, let me stay. This is my artificer who's been actually making some really good stuff. I don't want to let him go, honestly. And he already has a wife. I don't want to invite this woman into my court. That's going to cause drama. I'm forcing him to stay. As my entourage travels through a small town, I feel a tug on the hem of my clothes. Turning to look, I see a thin, raggedy man staring up at me. Oh, great lord, I beg of you, could you spare some coins for a poor beggar? I am starving, and none of the locals will aid me. Though I am indifferent to his plight, being on a pilgrimage reminds me that compassion for the less fortunate is expected from all devout Catholics. Get a job. 225 gold. That's not an insignificant amount just to give to some beggar. I'm gonna be making him semi-rich. I'm gonna give him the money because we're gonna... Yes, thank you, my lord. God, what is it? God, was it? Thank them too. But, oh, generous lord, if I can ask for another favor, my sister is sick and desperately needs medicine. Your money could save her life. Oh, he's trying to fleece me. He wants another 225 gold. He's doing it again! Wonderful, and may she recover from her sickness soon. But if I could just ask for one more favor. My sister, she has children, and, well, you know how kids are. They eat so much. If you could provide... No. I've given enough. As my party passes through a small town, I notice a throng of people filling the market square. At the center, a man stands on an overturned fish cart, shouting wildly to all who will listen. The day of judgment is nigh. Repent, repent, I say, or you shall be damned for all eternity. The worried-looking townsfolk nervously whisper to each other, fearful of the doomsayer's words. I took a whole bunch of stress getting fleeced by that peasant, so I'm very tempted to take the stress relief. But I think we're going to get other stress-relieving opportunities, hopefully. And even if I do go to stress level 1, it's not going to hurt us a lot. Look at all of us on our horses. I stir from my slumber as someone in the camp knocks over an iron pan. When I look around, it appears that two people dressed as pilgrims have been rifling through our supplies in search for valuables to steal. One of them sees me stirring and freezes in position. The other thief turns to run. I've successfully convinced wealth to change his ways. He stands in front of me, the weight of his shame making his shoulders slump, as he avoids meeting my gaze. It wasn't my choice this life, Wealth says slowly. What should I do to repent my sins? He's mediocre at best. I like his Herculean trait. Spread the word of Christianity. Make my pilgrimage more pious. So now we're at level 2. We're going to take the stress relief. On our way through Frankfurt, we appear to have stumbled into a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture and tongue clamor around exotic food stalls. The air thick with fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I can only dream of. I am pulled out of my haze by the halting grass of Dunlang. Do not waste your palate on this slop, my lord. Bowls of stew are for peasants, and we have much finer foods at home. I'm going to say this one because I've been putting off all the stress relief, so we're actually going to do it this time. Now, all of my children are going to get some skill boosts here. My youngest son, my heir, didn't get his yet. He's not old enough. The arrival. I'm finally here, body and soul, at the great church of Cologne. As the bishop offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for God to bring me here at this moment in time. Only 12 stress relief. I gain the trait ill. Alas, the flesh is failing me, but the spirit is strong. Should I lay my life in the hands of Jesus and continue my journey towards Prague? Yeah, we need to go home. You seem to be under the weather, my lord. I know a fair number of suitable remedies. Do no more than what is necessary. We're not going to abandon the... See? We got better instantly. That was quick. There's only so much a man can pray without looking for other equally important ways to spend one's time, and Prince Archbishop Hulderic has a lovely residence that he so kindly allows me to visit. I hear some voices come from one of the rooms, and in doing this you'd achieve the greatest technique. I peek inside and I see Hato explaining his craft to a group of interested courtiers who eagerly follow his teachings. Hato joins my court. A person is not enough to risk the fury of Prince Archbishop Hulderic. My court is nice and full. I don't want to overflow my court with a bunch of people just sitting around doing nothing. Just more people to get mad at me, more people to want to kill me, so on and so forth. So I like to keep my court relatively manageable. And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because I have a whole bunch of children. See? Like, I have a whole bunch of kids that are getting born, and they're filling up my court, so I don't really need to bring in outsiders. I don't see the need to. As I wander around the stalls in the market, avoiding as many local foods as I can, waves of people trying to drag me into their houses, I notice a bigger gathering around a specific merchant. Come and buy a true relic for a price that would make St. Matthew laugh for decades. The girdle of Mary? So Mary's bra? We have Jesus' underwear, we can get Mary's bra. Found in this very holy shrine only a few days ago. This doesn't look very authentic. It's not even impressive. Like, Jesus' underwear is impressive. It is an illustrious item, so it's, like, pretty legit. This one is not legit. He's clearly a charlatan. I gain Keen Eye permanently. This character was able to identify fake relics. That's permanent. There's no expiration date for this. So, learning per level of devotion +1. So we're gonna... Our learning is going to go up by 4. Or 5? 4? 4. I was right. So there goes all our stress. Mission accomplished. Relieved all that stress. The echo of my own footsteps is the only sound in the church. I am alone. The last thing I remember from the outside world is the face of those beggars near the gates and the blue, blue sky. So distant now. I walk towards the altar knowing that it's only me, and yet I feel under an unyielding scrutiny. The severe eyes of God are always wide open. I should make an offering. This is something that I'm not using. I think this is... I get rid of this. This goes away. I lose that. I can lose it. Pilgrimage becomes more pious. There's a 20% chance that I can increase my learning by 1 permanently. Those odds aren't great. Conclusion. We didn't get level 3. That stinks. As our time at this sacred site draws to an end, I am satisfied in knowing that most, if not all, of my decisions throughout our respectable and well-paced journey has been taken to prove my devotion to the Lord and Christianity. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey. 859 piety. You'll become the owner of St. Nicholas's Shin. We're an experienced pilgrim. So we still gotta trek ourselves home. It is known that the people of Eschweiler seem to profess a special devotion towards their knights and their legends. My lord, the knight says, bowing his head, it is most fortunate that you and I came to meet at this crossroad, for I'm in search of a marvelous fountain, which the water is said to cure all illness. If you were to help me in my quest, I shall pay homage to you. Matthias is quick to interrupt. Wait, my lord, I know this knight. It's Arnulf. It's delayed by 3 days and we can help him? Lead the way. So we're searching for the Fountain of Youth, and we got an item? The night leads up to a small clearing where a natural fountain glimmers. The light reflects on its surface with a blissful shimmer, and it makes the water look so bright that it feels like a second sun. Careful, a beast, a guardian. The knight points to a stag, standing between us and the fountain. I'll fight it. You gain knight errant training for 15 years. He becomes the owner of the waters. I'll distract it. You gain healing water legend. Monthly piety per night. I'll fight it. Hopefully it doesn't kill us, and if we do lose, it's just going to wound us. There's no risk of us getting hurt. He joins my court. He joins my court. He's going to join my court pretty much no matter what. This peasant. I killed the beast. He's my courtier, but I don't want him. Just tell him to get out. Berenger, a local captain, and a few of his officers greet me as my entourage enter the military camps of Luxembourg. I quickly dismount, eager to inspect the local barracks. They are positively brimming with activity. Soldiers are all around, but each seem to know exactly their purpose and have a clear direction as to where they are headed. I nod, appreciating the organized chaos I am observing. Now, what would my lord like to do next? Berenger looks at me expectingly. And we can increase our martial by yeah, let's increase our martial. This one gives me more prestige. $14 martial. For my rulers, that's not bad. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws, and the desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific it must have come from the depths of hell. Attempting to track the source, we find a desperate knight struggling with a wild wolf. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, but his grip is beginning to falter. Or do we want to help him? Another person's gonna join my court. This is more acceptable. 31 prowess. Now, this is somebody that I'm willing to bring in. Let's try to help him. Whatever the best odds are. You beat the wolf. He is my knight. I need to find somebody that can be the protector of the holy underwear. I don't have anybody qualified yet. Chop, chop. The massive chopping block in the middle of the logging camp of Heilbronn has seen much use. It looks like it's always been there, even before men walked this earth. My shoulders are tense and my forearm trembles slightly from built-up stress, which you don't have any of, so what are you talking about? I carefully place a piece of wood, of discarded timber at the podium, and in one swift motion I raise my axe. I have no stress to relieve, and I'm not going to risk Freddy accidentally cutting his leg off. My player, Aaron's son. What is happening? As we manage to get through a dangerous path in Heilbronn, we decide to rest for the night. As I walk around the encampment, suddenly a strange feeling that someone is missing bothers me. I ask around and everyone agree on one thing. They don't remember seeing Freddy all day. That is worrisome. He's still just a child. What if he got lost? Somewhere in the forest along the way. He's probably lonely and, more importantly, starving. I don't want to risk more people getting lost. Let's just leave him in the woods. No, absolutely not. We are going to find my son. You bring Freddy back, personally. And he just grew a little bit right in front of us. Now he's lost in thought. He's pensive, which works for the stewardship education I'm giving him. I should be pissed at him. My son and heir Freddy is unusually calm. When the others play their wild games, Freddy often withdraws to some silent corner. He does not speak a lot, but I can tell he's always thinking about something. Yeah, let's... Don't get lost, kid. I can't afford you... I can't afford losing you. Teeming with all manner of wildlife, Eddie and I agree that Bamberg would be a splendid place to go on a hunt. While we don't have time to stay for a proper outing, as we traverse the area, I spot a pristine wild rabbit at the edge of the forest. It has peculiar markings on its fur, and I motion to Eddie to survey the animal. As he spots the rabbit, he grins. What would you say to a friendly wager, father? Whoever strikes that pristine fellow with an arrow wins. You gain Lucky Rabbit's Paw artifact. There's a 0% chance that he wins. Or I guess technically it's like a 0.9% chance because I only have 99. He becomes my friend, too. Prowess +2. I'm gonna give it to him. Oh, look at that. We're holding the rabbit. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Rabbit in sight, we both slowly but purposefully move closer to the rabbit, taking aim for its tiny body as it gnashes away at a piece of straw. I pull my string and release as the arrow goes straight into the animal's body. The sudden impact launches it a few paces, then the tiny body slumps down on the ground, motionless. I roar in triumph, and Eddie joins me in the cheer. Nice shot, he cries as I dart forward to pick up the trophy. Cool. I'm gonna give it to him. Because let's be nice to our son. He deserves it. I don't need it. We can fight Galicia Volhynia soon. Let's check out their alliances. Moldavia. A duchy in Italy. And the papacy? Oh, the Duchess of Romagna. I thought I was going to have to fight the Pope for this. And another person who has their capital conveniently right next to mine. Or right next to my border. And they've grown quite a bit. The smell of decay hits my nostrils like a pungent punch. The livestock don't look well as I glance around the immediate pastures at Koslov. The peasants working here drag their feet and aimlessly wander around trying to look busy. Their clear lack of motivation and morale is rubbing off on the entire populace, it would seem, as development of the area has clearly come to a standstill. I shudder in disbelief as the local leader, Harold, approaches me. What a mismanaged hole. And this is my holding, so we don't want this to be mismanaged. A blind pig could run this place better. He absorbs my critique, 80%, loses mismanaged pastures, and gains improved pastures for 15 years. Yeah. So now we're back home. Did we become a traveler? We're an experienced traveler. I believe my son and heir came with us. And he's a pilgrim now at 3 years old. He's a pilgrim. Did we lose that? Yeah. We did. Jerusalem is back under Muslim control. Once this claim's done, we're going to war. Now he wants to be compassionate. So that's two virtuous traits that he got. Compassionate and temperate. I don't think we're going to have any problems convincing him to take the vows. Especially since we have this hook on him. Well, that one's going to go away in 2 years. We might not need the hook. It should be fine. Maybe we can get a hook on him once he's done being educated. We'll get a hook on him. The fire roars, drinks have been had, and Guigon is calling out to me for a story. My first thought is of a famous Czech folktale, a classic that never fails to delight. On the other hand, what if I told a story about my own life? Perhaps the time my daughter Betty was born. My own story. Who cares about Betty? I'm gonna keep it short and professional. I was about to compliment his youth, and he's 52. I don't think that would have worked. Ruling the multicultural Bohemia comes with its own set of challenges. Foreign subjects often feel alienated when they cannot speak their native tongue in court, breeding resentment. My vassal Duke Heimerick suggests that I could significantly improve relations with my Saxon subjects by learning to speak their language alongside my own. I suppose I could do that. We can give up this sway scheme. I'm only going to take 15 stress if I bribe somebody. I'm going to bribe this guy. We're going to give up the sway scheme on this guy, and we're going to learn this language. Can I fit it in my head? Yeah. Bodana, open up my rose. It is I, Bohuz. I push the shutters open, and lo and behold, a man has climbed up to Bodana's window. This is my niece. She's cheating on her husband. So these two are the war target. And then the capital's right here. I can't believe this is so convenient for us. That their capitals are so close. Now, most likely, I'm going to call in one ally. We're going to call in the Baltic Empire, just because they're right here. I don't think we'll need them, but I have plenty of prestige, so I don't see why not. Somebody's challenging me to a fight? He's challenging me to a duel to the cold-hearted Emperor Freddy Fuck Doodle. Your crimes against me are reprehensible. Need me in single combat. Get out. What kind of idiot do you think I am? After many long weeks of study, I finally have a solid grasp of the fundamentals of the Saxon language. With continued practice, my fluency will improve, but even this basic understanding has improved my relations with Saxon subjects. More diplomacy. You adopt the Saxon culture? No. We're not going that far, Freddy. With my mind set on a relaxing evening, I am headed for my friend Soboslav's chambers with some wine and a deck of cards. Without knocking, I push the door open. Duke Soboslav is seated by the desk, writing furiously. As I clear my throat, he jumps out of his skin. He quickly stuffs a roll of parchment into his pocket and turns towards me with an uneasy look upon his face. Now, because this guy's my friend, I don't think he's doing anything nefarious. Look at this guy. He's compassionate, just, forgiving. I don't think he has it in him to do something against me or to be plotting against me. I'm going to respect his privacy. I think he's just planning a feast or something for me. Willing to bet. Let's upgrade our Kremnica mines. See? A mischievous smile playing on Duke Soboslav's lips. I know I have acted strangely as of late, and for that I apologize, but I had good reason. Soboslav gestures for me to follow and leads me to the courtyard. Sat on his horse and dressed for travel is Edward. I've arranged a little trip for the two of you. I thought you can use some quality time together. Me and my son Eddie. Thank you. See? Nothing to worry about. These are all of his allies, basically. Pathetic. Let's have him learn Saxon, too. I'm just gonna keep cramming languages in. The Byzantines are our allies, so let's teach them Greek. With Empress Guigon's diligent administration of my household finances, there is no more gold at the end of the season. There is more gold at the end of the season than expected. How should we put it to use? Hostile scheme resistance. Ooh. Every powerful vassal gains 20 opinion. I suppose 2 of them could use some work. It's a little redundant for the rest. Prague, the control will go up by 10. It's already 100% control. Every courtier gains 20 opinion. Let's do this one. Host a magnificent dinner party to the delight of all. So that's 1 complete duchy. This guy's young. He's a member of my dynasty. He's young. He's one of my cadet branches. He doesn't have claims to anything, so he would be freshly landed. And I like him. Good stewardship, good personality. He'd be a really good vassal. And he has a son already, so he has a line of succession. He could be my duke. Now, some of you might be asking, what about my brother? I know I haven't landed my brother yet, and I want to. He's good too. He has sons, so he has a secure line of succession, but I want to give him something in particular. I'm most likely, if he's alive long enough, if not, I'll give it to his son, but I want to give my brother or his son Krakow, because not only is Krakow the duchy, and he'd be a duke, Krakow is also the Kingdom of Poland, so I'd be able to give one of my dynasty members another kingdom. So I want to keep Krakow for somebody really, really, really important. And then I'll give it to them. But I'm not going to do it right now. So this person is just going to be a regular dynasty member, somebody that, at least they're in my dynasty, but not somebody super important. I'm going to give it to this guy with the mutton chops. The huge sideburns. So a little bit more conquest. So we're going to have to start fabricating a whole bunch of claims against this duchy here, Bohemia. We'll be able to get that, or a lot of it. And we want to keep fabricating against Visegrad. And Ungvar. Let's do Ungvar first. So there we go. 2 more duchies worth of conquest. We're educating all of our children. I'm gonna have so much to do to get these some of these daughters married off. Some of them are betrothed already. This one's betrothed to the heir of the Baltic Empire. So we're just going to keep moving south and east. Eliminate Hungary, eliminate Galicia, Bohemia, eliminate Lithuania. Vladimir will eliminate. And we have to actually chop the Baltic Empire in half. Which is interesting because this part of the Baltic isn't in my isn't in my title, but everything behind it is. I wonder why that is. Lithuania and Estonia are technically not in my West Slavia title. Or my just regular Slavia title. But we're getting moving. We're starting to get some conquests. Starting to move east here. Let's take care of all these prisoners, and then everybody, we are going to wrap it up, because we just passed an hour not too long ago. For what offer? To the thoughtful Emperor Freddy. Marguerite Carling Volodymyr is dear to me. Would you let her go in return for this offer? What offer? How about for some gold? Protector of the Holy Underwear can be reinstated? No, it can't. There's nobody here that qualifies. The game lied to us. It's lying. Got a few more artifacts. Nude tapestry? Let's see. Let's see. Is there anybody naked on here? I don't think so. More lies. There's nobody naked on here. False advertising. Yes, this is the one. I only have one. I just want to make sure I'm putting up the right thing. I only have one illustrious tapestry. I have a throne, apparently? When did I get this? I must have taken this in a siege or something. Finally, we're going to get a throne. Prestige, renown, court grandeur bonus, which I don't care about, but... Alright, let's see how it looks. Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those thrones where I'm sitting, like, Indian style. And it doesn't really match the motifs of the rest of my court, but... Well, maybe a little bit. There's some, like, triangular patterns on the rug here. Some, like, triangles and stuff, and there's... diamonds. Whatever. It's a it's a better throne than the non-throne that I have. So, we got a better throne. We're getting some more renown from this, which is really good. How close are we to our next legacy? We're almost there. So overall, well done. More conquest. Teaching our kids. Making some more money. Let me get one more thing built here. Alright, lords and ladies. That is going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button down at the bottom. If you would like to subscribe to the channel and become an awesome lord or lady, hit that subscribe button. Join us for future episodes of Bohemian Rhapsody, everyone. I would really love it if you came and joined us. We are getting through this pretty well, and things are going to start picking up because we're going to start conquering a whole bunch. And Bohemia is just going to keep growing and growing and growing exponentially now. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you want to catch the next episode, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, make sure you get informed whenever we release an episode. The next one will be coming out soon, probably tomorrow. I will post the next episode. But until then, boys and girls, lords and ladies, I will see you then. Episode 41 will be out soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.